Peace, blessing, salutations. Yarima Karama here with another segment, Real Life, Real Talk. These are the days of our lives. So I kind of want to get right to it. And some people will say, this is the conspiracy theory thing and all of that. My objective is to feed information. And quite frankly, we know that the devil is real and he unfortunately comes in the form of a man. So, with that said, this came across my feed, and there's a few things that I want to share with you. We know that the dollar in this country has we first of all we know that this country has been in debt, like major debt, for like centuries now. They've been in debt, a debt that they just can't pay back, which is why there's a lot of hoopla and uproar about Trump, because he says that, being the businessman that he is, he says that he can change things around, and people are feeding off into that bandwagon. So basically, I just want to get your thoughts, but this is what we know is written as far as executive orders are concerned and that sort of thing. So I want to start off with this. It says, here are just a few of the executive orders associated with FEMA that would suspend the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. These executive orders have been on record for nearly 30 years and could be enacted by the stroke of a presidential pen. So, Executive Order 10990 allows the government to take over all modes of transportation and control of highways and seaports. Executive Order 10995 allows the government to seize and control the communication media. Executive 10997 allows the government to take over all electrical power, gas, petroleum, fuels, and minerals. Executive Order 10998 allows the government to take over all food resources and farms. Executive Order 11,000 allows the government to mobilize civilians into work brigades under government supervision. Sounds like slavery. Okay. Executive Order 11,001 allows the government to take over all health, education, and welfare functions. Executive Order 11,002 designates the Postmaster General to operate a national registration of all persons. Executive Order 11,003 allows the government to take over all airports and aircraft, including commercial aircraft. Executive Order 11,004 allows the Housing and Finance Authority to relocate communities, build new housing with public funds, designate areas to be abandoned, and establish new locations for populations. Executive Order 11,005 allows the government to take over railroads, inland waterways, and public storage facilities. Executive Order 11,051 specifies the responsibility of the Office of Emergency Planning and gives authorization to put all executive orders into effect in times of increased international tensions and economic financial crisis. And then it goes on. So these are just some of the executive orders that the president has the power to do under FEMA. Now, I want you all to, when you get time, this guy's name is Neil Keenan. That's Neil, last name Keenan, Keenan. Irish guy. I believe he's out of Massachusetts. But I found this interesting. Maybe you will too. Is Obama still in the White House? Has he been moved out? Listen to what this guy has to say.
May 1st, May Day. You're not going to believe what you're going to hear. I keep interrupting myself because I know you're not, but it's there. The AIIB Bank, the Asian Bank, /WF/HSBC. They put a 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time deadline on Citibank to get Basel III compliant or default. At the very same time, Obama was scheduled to speak at the White House conference dinner in D.C. The cabal, Obama, they all had their backs up against the wall. The pressure was on for the cabal to surrender, or new President Dunsford would have announced the republic live in front of the entire world's press right there at that time. Absolute cabal surrender came at 8:59:59 Eastern Standard Time. Thus, Obama was allowed to speak, and Citibank defaulted to AIIB /WF /HSBC, and they became Basel III compliant. Security forces that were earlier in the day pulled off of Citibank redemption locations were returned by midnight as 800 numbers and sovereign rates authorized for Sunday release. These are private transactions at this time. After the WHCD, White House Correspondents' dinner, Obama did not go back to the White House. As the Obamas, they don't live there anymore, folks, according to the information. They don't live there. The Obamas have occupied an apartment for several weeks inside the D.C. Beltway, and keeping up appearances, both during his months as a president and to act as though the Obama family is staying in D.C. so that their girls can finish their education.
Okay, so and there's a little bit more, and basically what this guy is saying, and you can watch the entirety of his video. It's actually categorized as it should be like May 30th, or May 1st, somewhere around there. But again, it's Neil Keenan. Basically, what he's saying is that because of the debt, the Chinese cleared the bonds. So basically, what he's saying, because there was this theory going on that eventually that Obama there are certain truths. That's why I say the devil is real and he comes in the form of a man. But apparently, which is unheard of usually, is that President Obama and Vice President Biden were having a meeting with the Treasury and some people in the Federal Reserve, and basically they're calling the shots, the Federal Reserve, because they print the money. And so what has happened is there's a system that's been in place in this country where the money is not backed by any gold standard. It's not backed by any gold. It used to be, I guess, up until about 1913, the money was backed. Maybe even not even up until then, because apparently people used to buy gold, and all of a sudden, well, we know the history of the country, so it's not unheard of to consider that theft took place. So then there was the money was not backed by gold, but on the world standard, the dollar has been the standard. Well, the dollar has no value because it's not backed by anything. So people were buying bonds and all of this. And I guess the Chinese, they bought a lot of bonds. But rich people are starting to get back into metals. They're starting to get back into buying gold, silver, that sort of thing, because they realize that the American dollar is basically worthless. So now when it comes to cashing in, because the U.S. is so far in debt, when it comes to cashing in, what's the only thing left for people to come and take? The people that you owe the debt to, the only thing left for them to come and take that's tangible is the land. So there was this this theory that be on the lookout, because in a minute, in we're talking martial law, and that's why they were setting up the FEMA camps and that sort of thing. Well, now this guy is coming on the opposite end, saying that, hey, the Chinese have taken care of the debt, basically, but not Bush, but how that name came up, I said the devil was a man, but Trump is supposed to be, and they're basically saying he's going to get in office because he's the only one who can change this around and give the republic back to the people. My job is to make you aware, because no matter what's going to happen or what's happening, we have to be cognizant, because we understand that when they start talking about getting things back the way they were and getting the republic back, this country makes slaves, man. And the bottom line is they make slaves. This country was built on the premise of slave labor. So we know that we have a prison industrial complex right now where we are the majority, and poor people are the majority, and we also know that they have no problem when it comes to taking something by force. They have no problem doing that. They have no problem building a body count, as the video I just did the other day with Hillary and Bill Clinton, which I'm going to revisit that because I'm even getting more information about things such as Bill's black son that he doesn't want to pay child support to, but he complains about black men not paying child support, that sort of thing. But anyway, my job is to extend the information so that we stay cognizant. I don't have the inside scoop. Apparently this guy, he says he has inside connections. He's calling people M2 and M4 in there, and he's not revealing names and all of this. Apparently what he's saying right now is that the president is this general named Dunsford. But one thing about it, research. We need to research. So, and he said that the president made some insinuations at his correspondence dinner speech, like basically saying bye, he's out. I don't know if the president is living in the White House right now or not. I'm going to research it. I don't know if this General Dunsford has taken over, and basically what he's saying is that they're going to leave Obama as the figurehead because they don't want people to panic and all of that. I don't know, but I think we all need to work together to find out because, and we all need to work together, especially black people, to unify because we already know what happens. They're making moves behind closed doors, and it's dealing with money, it's dealing with gold, it's dealing with silver, and we need to be privy to what's going on. We need to make sure that we are a connected force because it's detrimental times. So with that said, Yurima Karama again with another segment of Real Life, Real Talk. These are the days of our lives. Connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Go to my webpage, www.yurimakarama.com. Until next time, peace, blessings, salutations. One, I'm out.